Hey guys, all the information in this video is taken from Century 21 accounting textbook. So let's go ahead and do the 12 or 9-4 work together problem. And 9-4 is journalizing cash payments using the cash payments journal. So we can find that on page 199 of the working papers and page 266 of the textbook. So I'm just going to go through and read the instructions first. The cash payments journal for Golden Fabric is given, and the petty cash reports are given in the working papers. Your instructor will guide you through the following examples. Save your work to complete 9-5. Okay. Using the October of the current year, journalize these transactions on page 10 of the cash payments journal. The checks used as source documents are abbreviated as C. So let's go ahead and just write page 10 up at the top. This is page 10 of the cash payments journal. So the first one says we wrote a check to Bilton Communications for a telephone bill, $124. When we do this, think to yourself, what is it for? Well, this one's for a telephone bill. So we use utilities expense because a telephone is part of a utility. So utilities expense. We don't write Bilton Communications because that's not what it's for. It's for a telephone bill. In accounting, like using QuickBooks and stuff, sometimes people would be specific in the subtitles, like Bilton Communications, but that's not the account we want to record stuff under. We want to record it under a utilities expense because that's what it is. Of course, I forgot the date. Let's do October 2nd. Okay, October 2nd, utilities expense, check number 521. Check is cash, don't forget that. Well, if it's a utilities expense, the normal balance of an expense is a debit, $124, and this is the cash payments journal, so we're always going to affect cash. So we paid with cash, $124. Good. Next one says wrote a check on account to Gray Manufacturing Incorporation, covering purchases invoice number 532. for $1,640 less a 2% cash discount. Okay, so what's it for? Well, we paid it on account to Gary Merchandise. We covered a merchandise invoice or purchase invoice. So we're paying off an account. Well, when we opened it up, we used Gary Manufacturing, so we're paying off an accounts payable. So it's Gray Manufacturing Incorporated. The check number was 522. And if we're paying off something on account, we use the accounts payable column, $1,640. But there was a discount of 2%. So, again, like I said before, we want to pay off the balance of that accounts payable when we originally opened it, Gray. So we originally opened one for the $1,640, and we probably bought purchases. This was the first transaction that we did. Debits equal credits, good. Now it's time to pay it off. So we always have to pay off the balance, no matter what. It's always got to account for some. It's always got to be the full amount. So we did that. Accounts payable debit. But we have this discount. So I'm going to take this number times the 2% discount. And for the discount, I get $32.80. $32.80. Wrote it in the wrong column. $32.80. The difference between these two is the cash that we ended up paying. $1,607.20. So we get a discount. We got a discount, so we didn't have to pay as much because of the sales discount. So the credits added together is going to give you the full amounts of the accounts payable. All right, and that date was 3. So the next one is 9. Wrote check to LPF Manufacturing for merchandise with a list price of $1,575. List price is the price on the books. So we wrote a check to them. Well, what did we buy? Did we buy on account? No, we don't owe them any money. We wrote a check to them. Oh, so we bought for merchandise. Merchandise in this chapter is called purchases. We purchased something. We don't use the word merchandise. We use purchases. So merchandise is purchases. The check number was 523, and we bought merchandise. So the purchases account is increased $1,575, and our cash goes down $1,575. Okay, next one, 12. Wrote a check to Village Supply for office supplies. So what did we buy it for? Office supplies. So I'm going to write supplies dash office. The check number is 524. And office supplies is an asset, so we debit the general amount because it's not an accounts payable, it's not a purchases discount, and cash for $64. Good. The date is the 16th. Wrote a check on account to Westland Supply covering our purchases invoice number 516 for $426. No cash discount was offered. Check number 525. Okay, so we wrote a check to pay off this account from Wesley Supplies, which covered a purchase that we bought. So we want to put Westland Supply. It's not purchases because we're paying an account off. When we originally took out the account, we would have debited purchases, but now we're paying it off. So if we're paying it off, we want to find accounts payable, pay it off for the 426, I think it is, 426. And of course, we paid cash 426 or check 426. Now the last one says wrote or record the replenishment of petty cash fund on October 31st. So I'm going to go ahead and write October 31st. But now I need to use the petty cash fund at the end of my papers. This is on page number 203. You can find 203 in your working papers. So we have this petty cash fund, which we reviewed in the textbook. It needs to be replenished at the end of every month. These here are the cash payments. This is how much we started with. These were the total payments. This plus this plus this. Recorded amount on hand, this minus this should give us this. But when we counted it, the actual amount comes out to be $45.98. We're short. We're short $1.05. So we go ahead and replenish this amount, $154.02. If you want to write replenish, but it also says it, amount to replenish. So, but sometimes it helps me if I write it specifically with an arrow. So that's the amount of cash we need to replenish. So why don't we go ahead and write it in the first line of 31. We come all the way out, and I'm going to say it's 154.02. I accidentally put 2 ones. So 154.02. That's just following the line right out. That's our cash. Great. So what are expenses? Or what did we spend money on? First one says office supplies, $48.15. So I'm going to write that. Supplies dash office. Those are assets that we use. Oops, missed one up here. 525. That's why it's important to go slow. So 525. We missed that, and I found that check number here, 525. So office supplies. Back to that one. Why don't we write the check number while we're here? Wrote the check number 526. You do not have to carry it down. Once you write it once, they can carry it down. So our office supplies was a debit for $48.15. There's our office supplies. Next one says supplies store. So maybe we bought some supplies for the store. That is an asset. Normal balance, debit. It's not an accounts payable. It's not a purchase. It's discount. So we write $57.18. Next one says miscellaneous. So we know that that's miscellaneous expense. And the amount is $47.64. All right. What are we missing? Cash short and over. 105. If it's short, it's debited. If it's over, it's credited. It is short. So we write cash short and over. You need to write both. Cash short and over, $1.05. All right, there you have it. Again, go slow, write the date, the account title, the check number, and the amounts. The date, the account title, the check number, and the amounts. Yeah, some of them are going to be on the same line. This is on the same line. You can tell by the account title what that number is for. This is on the same line. So you could tell by the column title, what it is for. So, good luck and tune back in for the next section of the work together.